So hold your taters. A grand jury can indict a hamster.
And who loves you? And who do you love? Oh, for God's sake!
Wow.
Holy shit. Please just read about it.
Read about it.
Wow, this is a freak show.
I'm done with it. You are not allowed to do this.
Hey, yo.
Live from the new kingdom. It's the Our Big Dumb Mouth Podcast.
Hey, yo.
Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Cool Rich.
Oh, man.
What are you looking at, loser?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray. My name's Midnight Mike. Richard's over there on screen, yes.
No, that's Joe. I hate this place.
Here. Medications don't work.
Medications don't work.
I've been here for 7 years.
I've been here for 7 years.
Nothing
Works
works
here.
here.
I'm sorry, 7
I hate
yards.
this place. Nothing works here.
We know. Nothing works here. No Joe today.
He broke his computer, apparently.
I think that's it. He broke his
Computer's broke.
computer's broke. That's what he posted in his Slack chat. I think he had to go get it repaired. So he can't do it.
Which he does a lot, I've noticed. He must be rough on his laptop.
I would say, he goes to the computer repair shop fairly often. And knowing Joe's general demeanor, I could see him slamming his computer around a little bit. He's a bit ornery at times.
He's a passionate person.
He is. He's a passionate person when it comes to computers. So we wish his computer a speedy recovery. Yeah,
we appreciate that, Joe.
I'm not sure if you saw my note about Saturday that I've got my flight schedule is such I need to leave about 30 minutes early. So.
Hey, that makes sense. The planes rarely stop or hold for one person, so we will make sure.
Sometimes they do, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I guess if you're a connecting flight
We're
or
waiting
you're
for this one family to get here from Phoenix. Just go.
If you're a VIP, I get it. Yeah, it makes sense. That's how you feel when you're on the plane.
That's kind of that's my response to that stuff.
Yes.
Folks, we're waiting for a family to come from the other concourse.
We're going to do our best. But on Saturday, we'll get to your news segment before you leave. So we'll probably, maybe, we'll change things up a little bit. Maybe we'll start off with your segment. But typically,
drive people away right out of the bat.
How about we start off with Joe? We go to you, Cratchit, and then I'll wind down the show. Sounds good. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, hey, whatever works for you. We'll figure it out.
We'll do that. We have a big show. If you look at the title, we're going to be talking about Missing 411 this podcast. There was the new Missing 411 National Parks movie that was released. Our power listener, Stan from Alaska, he was there in person at the debut.
I like him as a power listener.
He's a power listener.
He really listens.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of power
He's in
listeners
the chat
out
right
there.
now. I see him in there.
Well, I classify a power listener as someone who probably listens to every episode, calls into the show, and is familiar with the inside jokes of OBDM. Power listener, we got a few of them.
I thought you were describing power listener from the standpoint of how much effort they put into listening.
I would say that maybe equates a little bit to that.
He's like in a stress stance, and he's just really leaning into it,
just grunting it out,
right
in front of two high performance Genelec monitors, just getting every decibel.
Maybe. I didn't think of that, but I classify him as power listener. So Stan saw the Missing 411 documentary. I downloaded it. I watched it. I purchased it, $20.
I was going to say, you better clarify that.
Yeah, I support David Paulides. And so I watched it. I'll do a little review of that, but it might roll in to a larger segment that I have. I don't even know if it's real, sparkle shine story time stuff. I don't know.
So hold your taters.
Hold your taters, people.
What are we doing?
But I think we may have
Talking about weird stuff.
Yeah.
Meeting different people doing weird stuff.
We may have some Alex Jones clips of the week. Before I even play the music, I'm going to head over there. And
by the way, before you
check.
play the music, I did scatter a bunch of non-Alex Jones clips in there, so you want to watch out for those. Maybe play those after.
Oh, I see you put some Trump clips in there.
There's some Trump clips, and there's one that's going to just be ripe for sound drops. But we'll get to that one maybe after, or now. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's play it.
Oh, you hear that sound? Oh.
Boy.
Credit to R.S. Harmful for apparently capturing Trump in the can or whatever he's doing. Well, wait, hold on this one. So there's an Instagram link below. That if you go to the Instagram link, this is the video of it, and what they've done is they've taken the two sounds of a very, let's say, structured Japanese speech and rearranged them depending on how you might rearrange your Oreo.
Okay. Okay. It sounds like he's doing like video game sounds or like Foley work by himself, but
I don't know. So credit to Vanden for dropping that one in Discord and making me laugh for about 20 minutes. So
thank you.
I just figured that one is ripe for you to, and I put the MP3 in there, just the audio. You can see how they're structured. It's very easy in the waveform to chop those up as you see fit, and just kind of gently sprinkle them throughout the show.
I downloaded
months
it.
And years.
I downloaded it. It might be evergreen clips I put next to some other things. We'll see. But for right now, we're going to do some Alex Jones clips of the week. We are back with a full docket. We're going to go back to
he's been here all week.
Back to Thursday, the 26th. Here we go.
ChatGPT has shut down its AI system because not enough people are using it. It costs too much money, and it's a failure. Damn pumpkinhead weasel. I'm not pulling it out of my butt. It's Mark Levin and Benny Shapiro and Dan Borgino, or whatever his name is. Bongiorno. Master Blaster. So I love crap like this.
You didn't know Dan Bongino's name, or was he?
Borgino.
I guess.
Borgino.
He had to have heard the name Dan Bongino, but
well, I think he's throwing shade by the nice to meet you ploy.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't remember you. I don't. Do I know you?
Have we met?
So there is Thursday, and we're gonna go to Friday here. Here we go.
Are we all gonna, drink vodka and take barbiturates and put on our Nike tracksuits and die and beam up to Hell Bop or something? He's got elephant testicles. And that's why I've got him on my X account at the top, because that's what I admire. Oh, my God. I was reading that wrong. It's 100X. Screw you. Okay, this crap ain't working, man. Stuff's so anti-Israel now that I wore a Hitler uniform, I'd be more popular. They're literally pissing on our president's face. Tucker Carlson's a Nazi? We're not up here pulling stuff out of our booties. You got big balls. You see Larry Fink having an orgasm?
Some good ones in there. Some solid ones. They say you got big balls. The way he says it, it's got swagger.
You got big balls.
Yeah, that's got like a little swagger to it. That's a keeper right there, right there. All right, we're gonna go down to Monday. Here we go.
Are we gonna be right? This is a disaster. It is one. Thanks for the call. I appreciate you. Be safe. It doesn't drink blood. He drinks semen. It's all happening. Doesn't it make your faith even stronger? God bless you. I appreciate your call. Joe in FEMA Region 6 Army, give us your take on this. Let's talk to Mike, a Marine, 6 ex-deployments to the Middle East. What's your take? Muhammad had his superpowers because 30 black men inseminated him. So, that's a war crime. That's crude. Well, that's just crazy. Welcome, Mike.
I wonder if Gaetz just now is doing it to really drive the point home that, it's not really me. But
is it?
I don't know. I wonder if he gets a kick out of doing this. I hope he does. I hope he gets a kick out of putting this together.
I think in his grep list, he's got a one for Mike and one for Joe.
Yeah.
Probably one in there for Gretchen, but it doesn't come up very often.
Yeah.
Because I call in as Mike from Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
I mean, no, I don't. So.
That's crude.
How did he grep for crude? How do you grep for that? How do you make a decision that I'm going to grep? And for people who don't know, grep is a CLI command, a Linux command that helps you search for words, specifically strings. And why would he put grep, or why would he grep for crude at that point? I don't know.
I think a lot of it also, he listens to it as it's on, and he makes notes when he hears something interesting.
He doesn't drink blood, he drinks semen.
Ugh. It's very specific. All right, we're going to go to Tuesday.
Last night, I'm chomping down on some steak and just, it's the thing about getting older. Just crunch, 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 and this molar just goes bam. My God, that's a pervert. So this is literally insane. Sound like the brain's not doing too hot. That's not cool, man. They're either mentally ill or they're a pervert. We know this guy is the type of guy that puts a trench coat on and goes to the women's bathroom. He's on Xanax, folks. He's on benzos. Take one look at him. You're a grown man by yourself at Disney World for 2 or 3 days with a princess wand, dude. What's on your hard drive? I think we know. You're going to be, pissing purple.
What's on your hard drive?
Who's talking about Lindsey Graham there?
I'm all riled up.
Yeah, what's the story there? He went to a Disney World. Did he literally go by himself, or was he there with family? Like, I don't know. He doesn't have immediate family, but like a nephew
Extended.
or something?
I don't have the story. I forgot to grab it. Maybe you could, if you find the story, I'd love to read it. It is something we should really find out about.
The golden shower.
I'm just saying, in general, I'm skeptical of any adult that is at Disney World not like being led around by their like 8-year-old child. If you're there without a 7-year-old or a whatever, they should just haul you straight off to federal pound me in the ass prison because you're.
That's right.
Yeah,
because you're either there to look at the kids, or you're one of those like weirdo adult Disney fans. Yeah,
exactly.
All right, we're gonna go to Wednesday. This is the last one, people.
Do I look like a toilet for you to sit on and crap on? I didn't even know about this till Joe told me he was doing it. I have blown hogs. I sure hate these N-words, and I'm going to sue you. We've got an underground base with, kidnapped kids. This crazy person. See, I'm trying to get serious calls here, lady, okay? I'm making methamphetamine in a bathtub at the office. It's time to jump out of an airplane without a parachute. Mike Tyson's a pussy. My favorite. I've been loyal to Trump from the very start, even before he announced his candidacy. Roger Stone came in to recruit me. The Pentagon in 2003 had developed a spray to spray on the Iraqis to make them all have gay sex. While you were coming in during the break, I just ran down to get a glass of ice water.
Who's that on screen? Who'd you put up on screen?
That's our power listener.
Oh, that's our power listener. I see. He's grunting it out. Not happy that I don't know if he's happy or not when he's listening to the show.
He's listening with great intensity.
Yeah. He's like, just, oh, God, I love this show. Yeah. There we go. There's your Alex Jones clips of the week, people. And we're going to move on. I'm going to talk about Missing 411.
If you do want, by the way, I don't know if you want to do it now. I did find a story about.
Oh, we're going to hit it.
Disney stuff. So
we'll hit it after Missing 411. We get into some current event stuff. Definitely got to talk about Lindsey Graham. It's important. Here we go. But Missing 411 first. I'm not going to review the entire movie, go case by case. I'm just going to give like an overall general impression and then maybe feature one particular case that stood out to me. Now, if you listen to this program or read any of the books when it comes to Missing 411, these stories are not going to be new to you. The overall scenarios, the overall way that David Paulides covers these missing people, specifically in this movie, It's titled National Parks, but he really does mostly focus on Mount Rainier and the northwest part of the country, and that park system in and around Mount Rainier. And so in that aspect, maybe the title's a little deceiving. You're like, oh, he's going to do a rundown on most of the national parks in the United States, but he didn't do that. And he talks about in the movie how they are still blocking him from getting access to a list of people that have gone missing in national parks. They still want to charge him a lot of money, but at least I think he can legally film there or in at least certain parts of national parks. So the movie starts off talking about Mount Rainier and a tragic crash of an airplane in and around the time of when Kenneth Arnold, famed pilot who I believe he coined the term flying saucer, described what he saw in the sky near Mount Rainier. And kind of unrolls that way. He starts off with this incredible event, an air crash that preceded that sighting from Kenneth Arnold. And they kind of backtracked. They said, well, when this plane crash happened, maybe it collided with something in midair, and they had some smart math guy, a numbers dude, who calculated the debris field, and they speculated that maybe the plane that crashed on Mount Rainier may have collided with something in midair, hence the large debris field. And the reason why Kenneth Arnold was out there that day when he saw flying saucers, he was actually looking for that very plane crash that David Paulides was talking about in this first case for missing 401 national parks. And so he didn't really lean into the UFO stuff too much. He wrote about that in Missing 411, I think Land, Sea, and Air book. But there were a number of cases that he highlighted throughout the movie, just absolutely heartbreaking. And I wonder, I assume, Stan, this hit me a particular way. It was very emotional, especially the last 30 minutes of the movie, where it is David Paulides and this father who lost his son. And it was very emotional how this father got word that his son went missing around Mount Rainier. And so he just went up there, basically lived out there until he could no longer, do it any longer. Like, he basically would not give up on his son. And it was heartbreaking because David Paulides, he lost his son to, I believe, suicide a few years ago. So you're seeing two fathers have a conversation about losing their sons, and very emotional. And all these cases, case upon case of missing person, it starts to weigh on you, and it's not a fun topic. It's fun to speculate, I guess, about the possible reason in certain aspects. But now that I've read, I don't know how many books there are, Gretchen. I mean, there's probably well over 8 books of Missing 411. There's way more than 2 books, and there's way more than 2 movies on this subject matter.
9,840,000,000.
Well, this, whatever the number is,
Maybe 4?
it is certainly the profile of Missing 401 has been underscored by David Paulides at this point, where people go missing in and around running water, like whether it's a stream or a river. Sometimes they're in very close proximity to another person, and they're just up and gone. Dogs will lose a trail, and they'll, like, the dogs will be on a trail for a missing person, then they're gone, or their clothing is found strewn about. Oftentimes, these people, if their body is found, they declare that they have died of hypothermia. And in the very last case I mentioned with the crying father, that's what they discovered with his son, is that he was a fairly experienced hiker, but somehow he had died of hypothermia, and his clothes were just strewn out like in a long line, like he stripped them off. These weird profile points happen over and over again. But there are some other troubling profile points. And I'm going to play one section. So this is the section of the movie that I found to be most applicable possibly to current events and what might be going on. So this is, let me pull up the gentleman's name. I believe his name is, it's not Tom Shimabukuro, that's for sure. It is, I believe his last name is Gilbert. And this guy had some very interesting connections. He had connections to the military. He had connections possibly to intelligence agencies. And no one really knew what he did. So he was very dodgy about what he did with his life. So, yeah, Gilbert Gilman. His disappearance was on the 24th of June, 2006. He drove up, parked his car, headed out on the trail, and the Rangers actually see him arrive in a silver convertible, loud music playing. He actually converses, I believe, with a couple of the Rangers about the loud music and all that kind of stuff. Gilbert does, according to this, have a military background, a Bronze Star, pretty avid parachutist. He was involved in Panama. He did some work in Iraq around weapons of mass destruction search. He was later did UN media propaganda work in Somalia. So this guy, he had some government connections. And this guy wound up disappearing. They couldn't find his path. There were 75 volunteers up there, planes, dogs. There was an underwater search done as well, but nothing turned up solid. And it gets a little bit more weird after that. So I will play this section. It's a little long, like 4 minutes, but I think it gives a good detail about this guy may have known what was going to happen before it happened.
There were rumors that 2 FBI agents came to that apartment.
Yes, the concierge, who was a very friendly fellow, Dwayne, he proceeded to say, while you were gone, some FBI men came and went to the apartment. And we said, really? Yes, he said. And we said, who let them in? The office did. The office said, yes. So they had some work. They had to go into the apartment. They had to look around. That was it. They wouldn't tell us anything. But when we got in the apartment and we looked around, among the things that I noticed was missing was a yellow pad that I had retained exactly in the kitchen table where Gilbert had left it near the phone. And it was all written in Arabic. And I kept it there because it was Gilbert's papers and, maybe they're important. And they were gone.
The FBI has protocol that they don't search or they don't take part in missing people, adults. To think that 2 agents were at your apartment in Chicago, and that was confirmed by the management, that's very odd, Mrs. Gilman. Very odd.
Everybody was very evasive as to what Gilbert did or where he was.
Do you know if the FBI ever got involved in that?
I know there was federal involvement because of his position with the pension fund.
I'm trying to understand that, because it's a state pension fund. It wasn't a federal pension fund. So why would the feds be interested in a state fund?
Well, you're beyond the purview of my knowledge in this case.
So there's a series of articles that have been written about Gil over the years.
Yes.
Some of them talked about his connections with the CIA.
I don't know, honestly. I think that he was involved in a lot of things military-wise, and we spoke about some of those. If there's something like specific that you want to ask about, then I can definitely entertain the question.
Did he work with the CIA?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to talk about those things.
Gilbert and Donovan were going to meet you.
Yes.
July 4th.
Yes, exactly.
And Gilbert had asked you to bring a special book.
He asked for 2 specific books. And one is called Dante's Inferno, and the other, Against the Gods. And the subtitle of Against the Gods is The Remarkable Story of Risk. So I took the books out and I put them on the nightstand in their room. And that was it. Now he disappeared. And when I came back, approximately, say, 10 days later, I looked at the books and I said, I think that's a message from Gilbert, because that's the kind of message he would have given, because he couldn't tell me I'm disappearing. And it wasn't until maybe 2 or 3 years later that I opened the Dante's Inferno, and the first canto says that in the middle of my life I took a walk on the mountain. And the other title being Against the Gods, the remarkable story of risk, would have been exactly what he was doing. Because of those 2 books, we've always felt that he was doing some kind of mission for the government. So in the same way, he couldn't say, Mom, I'm planning to disappear, but I'm going to go on a mountain and then disappear. But I can tell you, look in the book. One time we were on a cruise in Europe, and one of the gentlemen on the cruise was from the CIA. Wherever I go, I ask if anybody knows Gilbert Gilman. Everybody come in contact with him. He said, Gilbert doesn't have that identity anymore.
There you go. And that's that segment for about Gilbert right there. Somebody who may or may not work for the CIA asked for 2 books to be placed on his night table that he never did pick up. It was kind of a message to his family about what may have gone on with him or what was going on. Just weird cloak and dagger kind of things. Now, not everyone, obviously, in the missing 411 profile has that kind of build up to their disappearance, but there are weird things that build up to some people's disappearances. And I found that case to be the most intriguing out of the movie, especially in light of this next story I'm going to bring up here. But that's it for Missing 401 National Parks. I would recommend it, especially for people new to the topic. It's a gentle break-in for just weird things that happen in and around national parks. You find out that the search and rescue teams, or specifically not search and rescue, but the National Park Services, they don't really try too hard, and they would rather you declare a person dead. It's easier and it looks better on their books to have a dead person than an active, open missing person case. So they will often, according to this movie, and they will, if someone has been missing long enough, over 7 days, they will talk to the family and say, hey, you can talk to this person, this judge, this lawyer, and have this person, your missing loved one, declared dead, and then the National Park Service can wipe that person off their missing list. So I guess they're trying to keep clean books over there, Cretched, so just declare them dead.
Sounds like the Canadian approach of like, you got a stubbed toe. Let's see, are you okay with letting us kill you? Because it's easier that way.
Yeah, it's very morbid. I heard that. I was like, that is incredibly morbid. But I can see that. So I'm going to switch stories here. It's kind of the same topic, but we'll find out. It'll circle back around. We're going to circle back. So there's been an update. And we'll talk about this right now. Here's the headline up on screen. Police. Mystery of scientist dead or missing raises to 8 as 2 more men tied to America's most covert secrets join the list.
Oh, is this the same series of people who worked for that lab at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base?
I don't know if we'll find out. If they work for that lab, an adjacent lab. It's just another string of, I guess, highly intelligent people, and that is a profile point in Missing 411 that have gone missing or have died in this case. So the ominous web of U.S. scientists and lab employees who have died or gone missing continues to grow as 2 more cases have been linked to this disturbing trend. NASA scientist Frank Mawald reportedly died July 4th, 2024 in Los Angeles at the age of 61, but the cause of death was never or has never been made public, and officials confirmed that the autopsy was never performed. Mawald had been a prominent researcher at the space agency's Jet Propulsion Laboratory since 1999, worked on multiple projects tied to advanced satellite technology and that could scan Earth and other planets. Seems like pretty handy tech. In June of 2023, just 13 months before his death, he was the lead researcher on a breakthrough that could help the future space missions detect clear signs of life on other worlds, including Jupiter's moon, Europa, Saturn's moon, Euclides, and the dwarf planet Ceres. Despite being a JPL principal, an award given to the scientists making an outstanding individual contribution in their fields. NASA has never commented publicly on the scientist's death and only made public record marking his passing was an obituary posted online. Meanwhile, other mysterious disappearances have come to light at Los Alamos National Laboratories, one of America's key nuclear research facilities, bringing the total number of unexplained incidents to 8 since July 2024. I guess that's where we're starting at maybe June or July 2024, moving on. I guess that's what their profile is here. So Anthony Chavez, a former employee at Los Alamos National Laboratories, he was an employee there until his retirement in 2017, vanished without a trace on May 4th, 2025, just 7 weeks before a key assistant at the time at the same lab disappeared.
That's Star Wars Day.
That is Star Wars Day. There can't be a connection there, can it? There can't be.
That seems a little strange if we're talking about this type of association.
We are talking about weird tech, and we're talking about weird, almost science fiction type scenarios. People disappearing. I mentioned UFOs. This is getting crazy.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
The Los Alamos Police Department told the Daily Mail that the search for Chavez, who was 79, is still going with no new information in the case, but no new information in the case has emerged nearly 1 year later. The Daily Mail reached out to Mawal's family in the county of Los Angeles for their comment on the circumstances surrounding his untimely death. Strangely, the online obituary set up for Mawal did not mention any health issues before the 61-year-old's death. And NASA JPL would neither confirm nor deny that Mawal had been employed there for decades despite records of his achievements listed on their website. Why not just say, yeah, he worked for us?
We can't tell you he worked here. You got a website about him. Shut up.
We refuse to confirm that. I mean, why? Why? Like, what is the reason that they just can't say, yes, he did, or no, he didn't? Meanwhile, Chavez was last seen leaving his home in the Denver Steeles neighborhood of Los Alamos on foot. Longtime employee left his car locked in the driveway, did not take his wallet, keys, or other personal items, which were all found inside his home. Much like the missing general we talked about a few weeks ago, the only thing the general took with him was his .38. Although friends considered him an avid hiker, investigators noted that Chavez was not dressed for a long outdoor walk and did not take a phone with him in case of emergency, much like the missing general. He didn't take his phone either. Los Alamos did not return the Daily Mail's request for comment on the nature of Chavez's work at the highly secretive nuclear lab. The facility was founded by the famed Manhattan Project during World War II. It has been tied to nuclear weapon research ever since, and one woman feared to possess those secrets is also missing. Melissa Cassius, 54, who believed to have a security clearance for sensitive information at Los Alamos Laboratories, vanished without a trace under nearly identical circumstances just 2 months later. That's crazy. Her family said she uncharacteristically decided to work from home on the day of her disappearance, but was last spotted miles from their house walking alone without her wallet, phone, or keys, much like the guy we just talked about. Moreover, the administrative assistant, personnel, and work phone were both found inside her home, wiped clean after someone performed a factory reset on them. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris.
Wait, on the corpses or on the phone?
On the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hard to wipe clean the corpse.
Well, that's what
if you haven't found the
blew
body.
right past that one. I was like, wait a minute.
I don't think they found these people are still missing. They don't have their body.
Okay.
So, former FBI assistant director told the Daily Mail that even employees who do not work directly on top secret scientific research could be targeted by foreign spy agencies, as they often have access to the same information nuclear scientists do, which would make sense. You can't get the scientist, get the helper. They probably have access to the notes, working notes, passwords, all that kind of stuff. It would make sense.
Get that janitor.
Yeah. Hey, if that's all you can grab, Gretchen, I'm taking him. Probably has keys to every door in the building.
I got 27 janitors right now.
Quote:
Government doesn't want you to know, but the janitors over at that research lab are free.
To be a janitor at like Los Alamos, they probably have to go through, I'm assuming, a pretty heavy background check, right? Like you just can't be anybody.
The security clearance check, depending on what they're up to. So
you just can't be anybody. You gotta know some people. You gotta have a clean record. I'm assuming.
But you're right. Those are the ones you're going to wait in the parking lot for and just grab that guy.
Yeah. Let's see here. If you think you have to pull out all the resources necessary to look for the links and look for potential espionage activity, that's where you start, the former deputy director said. The counterintelligence experts' warning came after another member of NASA JPL vanished without a trace last year. So we're just getting into the other ones. Is
there anybody left working there?
I don't know. It's a ghost office. We're talking about
one guy. Hey,
and
what's happening?
They recap the general here, who we talked about, another astrophysicist, just person upon person. Now, you could say this is all a coincidence. Well, and this is where we'll kind of maybe get into some missing 411 theories here.
Uh-oh.
To try to figure out what may be going on. And so what I did, I took Missing 411 books. I took transcripts from the Missing 411 movies, current articles about missing people. I also took transcripts from Dark Journalist. Dark Journalist is a YouTuber who has, I would say, a very good understanding of the UFO phenomenon and how compartmentalized that operation is and what lengths they may go to. Took transcripts from him and some of our old notes, Gretchen, that we have talked about on the show, our own theories about Missing 411. And I put them all into a GPT, and I said, listen, GPT.
He said, look.
I said, look, I need theories about what the heck is going on around here, and I need them right now. So it gave me some theories here. So here we go. We're going to start with number one. Number one is probably the most benign explanation, which is pattern inflation by media and researchers. This is the most likely thing happening at the narrative level. The article, the one we just read, creates a frightening cluster by grouping unlike events under one frame. Top-level scientists or defense-linked people, but one of the listed events is presented as controversial, like a murder-suicide, which happened around Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which weakens the claim that all 9 points are linked to one hidden hand. So that's what it says there. It's like, okay, we're finding patterns where there aren't patterns. Okay, it's a possibility. Number two, this is a real but narrower security problem inside the defense science world. This is more interesting. Even if the 9 are not one operation, there may still be a small core cluster worth scrutiny. That is the people up on the screen right here. The general. We also have Monica, William McCasland, and maybe even Carl Grimlar. Those cases sit closer to sensitive aerospace and national security or planetary defense ecosystems than the rest. If something real is there, it may be less scientists are being harvested and more a few people in sensitive nodes have become vulnerable because of what they know. So espionage, spycraft, these people being abducted by a foreign nation so they can be, extracted, all their knowledge extracted from them. I don't want to say tortured. I hope not, but you never know.
Through their nose with a straw.
Maybe.
Give me all that knowledge. It's too much knowledge in there. Give me all that.
And then it says here, number 3, institutional silence is amplifying suspicion. The article is onto something here. When institutions say very little, speculations fill the vacuum. Yeah, and that's exactly what it said. When we say, hey, can you confirm if this guy works here? And JPL's like, no. We're not saying no. We're not saying yes. We're saying maybe. We don't.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well,
no.
or that
yes.
the woman that Politis was talking
No.
to, and he's like, did he work for the CIA? And she's like,
No.
oh, yeah, I
Yes.
can't talk about that.
No.
Yeah. When institutions refuse to comment on stuff, people like me and Cratchit fill the void, which we're happy.
I assume everyone works for the CIA.
Yeah,
I mean, I do. I mean, I don't work for the CIA.
Number 4, tradecraft, not aliens, voluntary disappearance or deniable removal. This is where that case.
What's deniable removal mean?
Well, this is where that case I played, that clip from Missing 401, where that guy may have worked for the CIA, may have had military intelligence background. We don't know. This is where that Gilbert Gilman case becomes useful. Someone with intelligence, military, or interrogation backgrounds is a more plausible than average person who could be either disappeared deliberately or targeted in a way that leaves minimal trace. In the Gilman's case, authorities and family members entertain the possibility that he may have left intentionally. At the same time, there was later public speculation about Israel Keys, another person who went missing because of geographical timing of other people. Neither theory was proved. The lesson is not spy operation confirmed. The lesson is that the wilderness disappearances involving these people, especially involving security adjacent people, creates unusually wide theory space because both self-removal and foul play are harder to rule out. So if you're going to take someone out, Cratchit, do it in a place where you can have a bunch of different theories, okay? And that's basically...
Or don't do it from the same geographic location. Do it far apart.
Yeah. And that's what kind of leads into number 5. I'm surprised ChatGPT didn't wind these two together, but number 5 is...
GPT, what are you doing?
These computers.
You should go talk to Jiminy or Coppola.
Number 5 is deniable wilderness hypothesis for some cases.
Deniable.
So if someone wanted to remove a person without obvious forensic residue, trailheads, national forests, and remote recreational areas are ideal. They provide accidental cover, weather degradation, delayed reporting, and huge search terrain. This does not mean that any of the people that have gone missing or abducted are, this is the reason, because some of these people went missing in urban areas, especially the scientists we are looking at, where we're talking about missing 411 as a whole. So they're saying if you're going to basically disappear, do it in the wilderness. And if you don't want people to really speculate too long, definitely do it in a remote location. They'll just chalk it up like, oh, he got lost in the trail. Mike was attacked by a bear or a coyote again. And so it's a perfect area.
Again, because those damn coyotes.
And then number 6, it says counterintelligence, compartment breach theory. So this is the strongest dark theory that says stays inside normal human behavior. So this has everything to do with programs, money, contracts, patents, and access. A smaller subset of these people sat near sensitive transition points between government labs, contractors, and other specialized research. Then you have motive of control, and you have a reason for these people to be abducted by somebody. So they're basically they're too valuable to not abduct Cratchit. We have to do it.
That guy knows too much. Get him.
And then number 7 is the last one before we move on, people. Darker meta theory. Some people benefit from the pattern itself. Another out-of-the-box possibility is that the cluster is being used, whether or not it is fully real. In other words, some actors may be leveraging these tragedies to push a larger UFO secrecy black project narrative, a budgetary agenda, or a disclosure narrative. That would mean part of what's going on here is not just events, but information warfare around the events. The article itself leans hard into this synthesis. So they're saying this is a big propaganda campaign that you take a couple of these events, you push out stories around it to create the narrative that something else may be going on. Although I don't really like that theory too much. And GPT didn't even get into UFOs, didn't get into ultra-terrestrials, didn't get into parallel dimensions at all. It stayed pretty grounded in reality, unfortunately. But that's what we have here.
Did you ask it?
I said,
like,
yeah.
Hey, what about Tom DeLonge? What's he up to?
I asked for out-of-the-box theories. That's what it gave me. And it's like, okay, if I told it to focus on missing 411 hunters, which had more UFO tales, and I would say a lot more out-of-this-world storytelling, it may have leaned a little heavier in ultra-terrestrials and UFOs. So, but I did not. I basically wanted some more context and some theories around the article right here. The missing scientist, and possibly the missing CIA guy. I was focusing on that. So it gave me a terrestrial explanation. So, but let's move on. Let's talk about some current events and all the fun things that are going on in our world. Here we go.
Okay.
Yes.
In a pool of blood.
Wait, did you say piss in a pool of blood?
Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah,
that's terrible.
Well, since we talked about this a little bit right before what we talked about this before. What the show, or was this before Alex Jones clips?
I don't know what you're talking about yet. I can't tell you when it was.
I see. You dropped Lindsey Graham into sound clips. I was trying to find that story.
Oh, sorry about that. I got the wrong thing open.
So are you opening up the TMZ or the People? I'm gonna go
the
TMZ.
People refers to the TMZ. I'd start with TMZ. I will move them over to Carrot Shop for future referencing.
Yeah. Yes, here we go. Lindsey Graham living in fantasy land as government shutdown drags on.
I'm all riled up.
Yes, Lindsey Graham.
Riled up about something.
There he is. He's in Disneyland, the Magic Kingdom, carrying a scepter. It looks like a little fairy scepter.
It turns out it's a bubble wand, which is even worse.
I got one of those. So Lindsey Graham looks like a full-blown Disney adult on spring break because we just got a new photo of him on Space Mountain at Disney World's Magic Kingdom. There he is.
There's a euphemism for something.
He looks like he's there alone. And that's what it looks like to me.
That's what I've been trying to find out is, was he there with anybody, or was this just like a 70-year-old single person wandering around Disneyland by himself, Disney World?
Okay. Well,
I don't think they should let people in like this.
No.
Sir, you're not accompanied by a child.
As soon as you buy a ticket for one person, an adult at Disney, you should be arrested. I mean, you can buy the ticket, but as soon as you cross that line into Disneyland, you're arrested.
It's true. Until you commit the crime.
Yeah.
And we don't know what that crime is, but you're up to no good. You step into Disney World, they should just arrest you.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
Lindsey Graham said he was doing business in Florida and just made a short pit stop at Disney World. But based on a new photo, this was a full-blown tourist event. Yeah.
Well, he was there for multiple days, apparently.
If I'm going to Florida for a business trip, I'm not going to say, you know what, let me swing by the Magic Kingdom by myself. No, I'm
going to go stand outside a preschool and look at him over the fence.
And if you're an adult and if you're in Orlando, if you had to go to amusement park, you go to Universal. That's a little bit more adult-like. They have at least some more adult rides or themes, I suppose. You like the X-Men?
Or you rent a kid and make it look, I'm here with my nephew.
Oh, really?
Do it right, you weirdo.
Someone who answered TMZ's call to shoot photos and videos of members of Congress on vacation while thousands of federal workers go unpaid shot this pic showing Lindsey strolling in the Tangled area of the Magic Kingdom on Friday night carrying a bubble wand. Oh, wow. A bubble wand. While TSA agents are going without pay, Cratchit. So we got
that's a separate topic that whether or not what we feel about that, but yeah, it's a bad look.
It's not good. It certainly isn't a good look.
And I think where he's confused is the look isn't so much that he's there while he's on vacation while others are working, is that it's a single dude of questionable attraction by himself at a park for kids.
The poop fairy.
It might be. The area...
That's how it's known in Washington.
They do call him that.
The poop fairy.
This area is like a fantasy land, which is on the nose. Congress is living in one, with each side blaming each other for its failures to reach a compromise that would reopen the government, believing voters are buying what they're selling. TMZ, just report the story. We don't need your political commentary. You're a salacious news magazine, and lean into that. As for the bubble wand, an eyewitness tells us that he was holding it for a little girl while she was in the bathroom.
Getting worse, dude.
I don't know if this makes it any better for you. It's not even my wand.
Yeah, right.
I took it from a child, locked her in the toilet. That's how Lindsey Graham sounds.
TMZ posted a pic over the weekend of Lindsey chowing down on Sunday for brunch at Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary Resort. So he eats at Disney World too. That's very expensive to eat there.
No, I don't think this dude's worried about money.
Graham told TMZ that he was at a meeting Friday with Trump officials in South Florida, and he went to Orlando afterwards to meet up with some friends. We didn't see any friends.
Yeah, where's these friends?
There's no friends there.
Again, if he's there as like Uncle Lindsey, and he's there and there's his nephew and his family or whatever, okay, it's weird, but you can look past that. I don't see that he's accompanied by anybody.
It doesn't exist, folks.
He said, I voted 7 times to fully fund the government. Call a Democrat. As we said Sunday, Democrats and Republicans are to blame. They couldn't reach a compromise, but still book it out of D.C. for spring break. Yeah, so there's Lindsey Graham, and he's just strolling around the Magic Kingdom with his fairy wand.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Also, by the way, who goes to, he's on vacation. Let's lean into that. Who goes on vacation wearing like slacks and a button-down shirt, and then there's another picture he's wearing like a sport coat?
Hulk Hogan.
I don't think Hulk Hogan even owns slacks.
I would like to see Hulk wearing slacks and a button-down at the Magic Kingdom. In fact, I'd like to see carrying a fairy wand.
Fairy wand's going to be tougher, but we'll do what we can.
That's what I would like to see. There you go. There's a little current events news. Getting a little political here. Yeah, that's crazy. Didn't mean to get political here, people, but I guess we just did.
We've never gotten political on this show.
I know. We're going to move on. I got some more headlines for everyone. Before I get to like any more paranormal stuff, we'll come back to, I guess, this is just conspiracy land at this point. We're in conspiracy land, I guess, at this point is what I'm saying. Like I thought I was going to steer it to something a little bit more grounded, but can't do it.
I mean, boy, is it conspiracy day or what?
Yes, it is.
That is conspiracy trash.
That is conspiracy trash 100%. And that's what we have up on screen right here.
Can you drop the image feed down at the bottom?
Absolutely. Let's drop this. Let me drop kick.
It's not at the bottom. It don't update.
There we go. Oh, it is Sparkle Shine story time.
It was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, son of a gun. I forgot to even have my Sparkle Time story time soundbite up when I talked about missing 411.
By the way, Awake Jake in the chat says Lindsey Graham was not on vacation. He was on business pleasure.
Oh, is that what? Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Well, this headline that is up on screen that we're all looking at right now. Charlie Kirk bullet analysis finds no conclusive link to rifle found near the scene.
That is conspiracy trash.
Yeah.
Wait, the one that kid took apart with a screwdriver, put back together, put down his pants, ran around, reassembled it, took it back apart, and got it from his grandma?
That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah. So an analysis from the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives.
Don't forget that part.
Explosives, too. Don't forget about that. Could not conclusively connect
Pokemon cards.
A bullet fragment recovered during Charlie Kirk's autopsy to the rifle found near the scene of the killing of the right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. And the FBI is running additional tests, lawyers for Kirk's accused murderer said in a recent court filing. So what I'm gathering here is like, okay, we can't exactly say the bullet fragments came from that rifle, but we're also saying it wasn't from the rifle. We just can't say 100% that it came from there. In the court filing, Tyler Robinson's defense team also asked for a delay to a preliminary hearing scheduled in May, saying that they need more time to review bullet analysis as well as an enormous amount of other material that could contribute to the suspect's defense. The ATF's bullet analysis report has been kept private, but attorneys have cited snippets in other public filings saying that says the results were inconclusive. Okay, it's going to go on.
That's not a good start.
It's not a good start to the prosecution, that's for sure. The defense said that in a motion that it may try to use the analysis to clear Robinson of blame during the preliminary hearing, while prosecutors aim to show that they have enough evidence against him to proceed with trial. Prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty for Robinson, 22, who is charged with aggravated murder in the September 10th shooting of Charlie Kirk. Prosecutors said DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the trigger of the rifle. But if they can't put that bullet in that rifle, then okay. And they said
there was a film. Who was in it? Like Keenan Ivory Wayans. It was someone help me out here. Like 35 years ago, it was a movie with Keenan Ivory Wayans where he was set up to like
Last Boy Scout.
No,
not the Last Boy Scout.
It's Damon Wayans.
Oh,
I can't. Now I got to look it up, but it's. I swear that it was something like this where he was tricked into quote unquote committing an assassination, but it wasn't his. The bullet didn't come from his gun or something like that. So.
This was Mark Wahlberg in the movie Sniper.
Well, there was the Mark Wahlberg shooter film,
Sniper.
A huge series of books, by the way, until they go completely off the rails and the guy becomes like a Japanese samurai expert and stuff.
Awesome.
It gets weird, but
whoa,
it's an interesting series of books. Yeah, that one. He wasn't there like as the active participant or something. They had him on the scene.
Well, prosecutors here they said they got DNA consistent with Robinson. And that was found on the trigger of the rifle, the fired cartridge casing, and 2 unfired cartridges. Defense attorneys note that forensic report indicate multiple people's DNA was found on some items, which they say requires a more complex analysis. Yeah, I guess if you're the defense attorney, I think at this point, from what we know, you have to heavily rely on that ATF report of the bullet not matching or cannot be matched to that rifle, and then point to every single conspiracy theory out there. I mean, now we haven't seen the other evidence from the prosecution at this point, but this seems like a pretty important one, a pretty important finding. Yeah.
By the way, the movie I'm thinking of, 1997, Most Wanted, Keenan Ivory Wayans and John Voight.
Hell yeah, dude.
Also, I have an updated image here of Lindsey Graham's friend that he met at Disney World.
There he is, this little Hulk Hogan, and he's at the Magic Kingdom.
I've never been here before. There's no Hulkamaniacs here.
He's never dressed like that before.
Where am I? Ah!
He's just going through the Magic Kingdom, just destroying.
I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
I don't want to hear Lindsey Graham saying that.
But I got some more.
By the way, that is so. This whole thing with Charlie Kirk and every bit of information that comes out makes it worse.
Yeah,
it's not like after what?
It's not clean cut.
6 months, is it over? It's over 6 months now. Not like after 6 months, we're getting more information. Oh, this is starting to make sense now. Oh, I see what happened. Oh, it's just every bit that comes out is, his staff running around grabbing flash drives. You got somebody else showing up and yelling that they are the shooter. You got people stealing hats to distract people. They immediately tore up the thing with construction. It's like, you're not helping here.
Yeah, this is not clean cut.
This is bullshit.
This should have been a slam dunk, but it's not. Because it's a very goofy situation. It's not straightforward. Do you want to hear an incredible statement by former Representative Matt Gaetz, or do you want to hear about Palm Beach Pete? You know Palm Beach
Pete is the guy who's the doppelganger for Epstein.
Yeah.
What's going on? And Matt Gaetz is going to talk about he was let in some classified information that he can't really talk about.
But he talks about it. He talks about classified information. You wouldn't imagine that he would be able to talk about this, but he says some pretty incredible things.
Well, let's do that one then.
Yeah. This is mind-blowing, what he's saying here. I'm flabbergasted.
Are you flummoxed?
I am absolutely flummoxed. I'm stunned. I can barely bring it up on screen. I'm so bamboozled.
Are you verklempt?
I don't know if that's the proper term, but I'm flummoxed. Here we go.
I think the most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered, and even some of the briefings that aren't classified just need to be out in the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that.
Non-human biologics, interracial alien mating?
Interracial, you racist.
What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
Yeah, I had a guy who was uniformed. He was a senior enlisted with the United States Army. Came into my office in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting. I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants. Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the whistleblower was telling me is that there were between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened, and what he wanted was a group, members of Congress, to all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up at 8 locations at one time.
Oh my
so
God!
That never occurred.
What do you mean non-human biologics?
That was the testimony of David Grush, before the House Oversight Committee, which I joined, and the testimony was that in crashes of craft that had been recovered by the CIA and through a special program that the CIA had for crash recovery, that it wasn't just the hard materials, it was also biologics, but that they couldn't identify a human source of those biologics.
There you go. Pretty incredible statement by Rip Matt Gaetz. It's hard to know if the person who gave him that whistleblower testimony, a story, had inside information or was just, blowing smoke or was part of another disinformation campaign. Say, hey, you know what your mission is? You're going to go feed a bunch of BS to Congress. That's your role. And it's like, okay, I'll go tell them a story about, a alien hybrid program. Why not? That's been rumored and talked about probably since the 80s. And so you just take an old story, repurpose it, feed it to Congress, and then they're off to the races. More cover. It's hard to know. And that's with all these stories, like even Charlie Kirk and all this stuff. It does seem like much of every story is ripe, fertile ground for disinformation. And I completely concede that maybe even the majority of the UFO books that I have read, in given away, they could be all part of a deep CIA psychological program for their own agenda to do cover work or get the population to believe one thing. You got to entertain that possibility. Same thing with the Charlie Kirk stuff. It could be another, the conspiracies could be another version of QAnon, where you take seemingly benign inconsistencies and you blow it out of proportion. Who knows? And Matt Gaetz could be taken for a ride right there. But I'm assuming that if it was told in a classified setting, Crasher, that he shouldn't be telling us about this.
Well, yeah, especially if the information was given to him and he brought it up in a non-classified setting.
Yeah.
They just came into his office.
Yeah, just some guy.
Really?
Some dude. I think, hard to say. The cross-species breeding program is that's a bridge too far for me.
I like it. I just don't like.
Well, I know that's why it's salacious and that's why we're talking about it. But it's like, if he had just talked about the non-human biologics and they've got some sort of relationship with them and they do
DNA program
and whatnot,
call it DNA program.
Something, but we're making super cybernetic secret cyborg creations.
Yeah, and it's a little hard, even for me, hard to swallow hearing Rep. Matt Gaetz talk about it in this way. But all right, we'll move on. I got some more headlines. By the way, it looks like Trump is going to be giving a speech here to the nation at 9 p.m. Eastern time, like he's preempting local broadcasts and broadcast TV.
What, in less than an hour?
Yeah. And so...
Okay. Well, so wait. He's preempting he's preempting broadcast networks that people don't watch.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's giving a speech to the 60-year-olds and up?
Yeah. Well, I have a little preview.
Because he's not giving a speech to you or me.
He's coming out and he's saying this.
He knows what it is to pound people.
He's talking. That's a.
They're taking a pounding.
Actually, he's
what if he just came out and made the grunting noises for like 20 minutes?
They're taking a pounding.
Yeah.
I actually watched that for a solid 15 minutes.
He's just got some G.I. Joes and he's just fighting there.
Like really pounding it hard.
Yeah.
There's some more headlines here. Claude got leaked. You know about that? Cratch, you hear about Claude?
I did not hear about this.
Yeah.
What's going on with Claude?
Claude, the probably one of the biggest and most popular AI.
Definitely the current favorite.
Yeah, it got leaked. So what happened is one of the Claude coders, when people who worked at Claude, accidentally put in, I think, some debugging statements and committed it to NPM, which is a package manager for JavaScript, and that's how they push out code. When he pushed it out, it revealed a good chunk of the harness for Claude. Not necessarily the AI itself, but the wrapper around Claude that allows it to think the way it does. And so people have since downloaded it, reverse engineered it, and could really dissect what people are thinking. I guess the people at Anthropic, people who own Claude, what they're thinking.
This is the source code for the large language model. Is that the idea?
Yes, this is.
But it doesn't have the actual
binary.
Well, I was going to know it doesn't have the actual information that the large language model is drawing upon.
It doesn't have the binary, but you can hook up, I guess, this harness to other LLMs, and it performs in a very similar way. But what I called out here, what I have up on screen, is the negative response. So if you say something negative to Claude, it filters it out. And so someone found in the code, this is what it filters out. Like if you say, oh my, or OMFG, it'll filter it out. That will never go to Claude. If you say shit, dumbass, horrible, awful, if you say pissing, or anything like that, that never reaches Claude. They filter that out right away.
So if you open up a Claude prompt and you say piss,
never reaching the LLM.
It's just waiting for you to do anything.
It's like I didn't see anything. Whatever you said, I'm not seeing it. Also, you can't say it filters out shit, crap, junk, what the, and then if you say what the hell,
junk, it filters out the word junk.
Yeah, it says right here, piece of. If you say piece of shit, piece of crap, or piece of junk, it filters that out. So,
you goddamn fucking piece of shit.
We didn't hear any of that.
It may have filtered all that out, Alex. You might not.
What the fuck's your problem?
That's filtered out too.
Yep, it got problem.
If you call it broken or useless or terrible, that doesn't get to it either.
Oh, this is like when you yell at your phone because it did something stupid. And it can't give you like, I can't tell the weather for right now. I don't know what's going. And you yell at it. It's like, I'm not even going to respond to that.
It's almost like they're trying to protect this LLM or LLM, whatever they have, whatever binary, from emotional abuse. They don't want.
What if you? Yeah. So Scarlett in the chat says, "What if you call it a piece of pizza?"
That will get through. That'll be fine.
You piece of shit.
No, that works.
Not that one.
No, that.
But you said it filters out piece of junk.
Yeah, it does filter out piece of junk. Yeah.
What if you say piece of pizza?
That would work. You could call it a piece of pizza. In fact, I'll do that when I'm done with the show. Hey, you're a piece of pizza. And it's going to get confused and blow up.
You piece of shit.
It's going to shut down. They're going to roll it back.
So I just wanted to bring that up. People are having fun with it. Claude Anthropic has already, put copyright strikes on people who've had it up in GitHub. But what I showed people, this is up in this is in GitHub right here. So they haven't taken it down yet. People have already translated this JavaScript into Python, which technically makes it a new piece of work that they can't take down. So people,
you can make the argument in copyright law if it encapsulates a previous work significantly that you can still take it down. So
yeah, maybe
balls.
And that was the ruling was 1963 Harvard v. Balls.
It doesn't look like they're filtering out penis or balls in here. Or boner. You can say boner or balls.
Balls.
You can do your boner, balls, boner, and that will get boner, balls, boner. And that gets through to Claude. So
Claude
likes
balls.
That, yeah. Just want to bring that up. I've been using Claude pretty much every day for work now. I'm getting better at it. And with this leak, I was able to generate people reverse engineer of like, okay, this is how it works. This is what it's filtering out. How do I get those unfiltered? And, I now have a document that helps me get more work done, make it less dumb, more useful. So that's interesting. We'll move on. I got some more headlines here before we get over to Cratchit. Let's see here. More than half of U.S. homes are listed as stale. So tough time selling right now. I do have Who is Palm Beach Pete? Now, this is a guy who looks like Jeffrey Epstein.
He looks just like him, and he apparently lives in the same area and all that stuff.
And he's selling merch now. It is weird. I mean,
hey, speaking of merch, we need to fix the OBDM merch.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Look at that guy.
You could contract with Palm Beach Pete.
So here's Palm Beach Pete. He looks remarkably like Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, look at that face.
It's possible that we just all have doppelgangers out there, or this, and it might be just a coincidence that Jeffrey Epstein was looking into facial reconstruction surgery before he got arrested. It's possible, but it does seem like the area between his nose and mouth is a little longer on Palm Beach Pete than it is on Epstein. Like Palm Beach has a little longer of a face. It's possible.
Oh, look at that. Look at that demon, boy.
So, yeah, he's just want to bring it up. It's a weird thing to get internet clout over looking like one of the world's most prolific child sex predators ever. Like, I mean, this is how this guy is rising to fame and selling merch because he looks like an awful person. It's a crazy thing to capitalize on.
Hey, well, I don't know. I guess you can sell T-shirts.
I guess this guy's moving merch. I guess. Just wanted to bring that up real quick. And then this last one I'll bring up before we go to Gretchen. This gets into some weird territory that we like. Let me dance on over there.
And by the way, before we go to the crevice, I do have I dropped it in Carrot Shop a current event story that is not crevice material.
Oh, okay. Well, let me bring this one up on the screen right here for everyone. When we dream, could we be interacting with a parallel universe?
Oh, really?
I've often thought of this. Sometimes I feel like when I dream, when I go to sleep, it feels like I'm going to work.
Especially like if it's liminal stuff.
It's weird. Like sometimes it feels like I have indescribable like sensations in my dream. Like I'm on some kind of mission. I have to get something done.
On a mission.
What am I got to do this?
On a mission.
Okay. I guess I got to do it. This is what I'm doing. I wake up and I have some partial recollection of what happened, but just an overall impression that I was tired. I just went to work again. But let's see what the story says here. Despite experiencing them on a nightly basis, our dreams continue to remain something of an enigma. And just before I continue on, I'm going to be doing some segments coming up about AI seances and AI dream capturing. I'm going to start diving deep into some AI topics because, Gretchen, as it turns out, they're our most popular topic when it comes to downloads and statistics. I
saw that you got a comment in the in the Discord about that AI topics seem to be very
popular. So I'm going to lean into it a little bit. And also, coincidentally, if you listen to the last episode, at the end of last episode, there was an AI reviewing our previous podcasts. And
was that Notebook LM?
That was Notebook LM. And
they did not like the discrepancy between your description and the transcript. They were not happy.
And basically, Notebook LM told us to lie. If you didn't listen to it, these AI said, your show is all over the place. At one point, you're talking about conspiracies, and then you're talking about pickle jackets. And basically, they said, in order for us to be successful as a podcast, we need to lie and link the two stories. So have a conspiracy about the pickle jacket.
At one point, it even brought up that we have a transition, in the sense where we say, hey, let's go to this story now. Yeah. And they like the AI was upset about that. I'm like, that's a transition to a new topic.
Yeah, they were like, what I learned, that's Notebook LM owned by Google. And since they want us to lie, to push stories and link everything together, that's basically the model that they're pushing everyone to do on YouTube or podcasting or anything like that, is basically salacious fake stuff, which I don't engage in, but I will lean into AI topics and talk about possibilities and possible future technology. I'm not going to just make up a weird conspiracy about a KFC pickle jacket. As much as I would like to, I don't want to do that. Back to parallel dreaming, or dreaming in parallel universes. Despite experiencing them on a nightly basis, our dreams continue to remain something of an enigma. I said it. For millennia, scholars have pondered over whether the contents of our dreams might have some deeper meaning, or even if they may come from some form of metaphysical significance. According to epidemiologist David Long of Charisma University, in Turks and Caicos, our dreams may in fact represent a window into another version of ourselves living in an alternate universe. This idea borrows from the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which essentially suggests that every possible permutation of events could happen based on our actions and choices does actually play out in a limitless number of parallel universes. Kind of like the way the Marvel movie do it. You know, how no one ever dies in Marvel movies anymore. They've got to go to a different universe, and boom, there's Wolverine.
Yeah, just go get a different one.
Yeah.
Look, I've burned up like 27 Wolverines. Need another one.
That's how they do it now. Hugh Jackman. Good paycheck. When we sleep, this guy argues, our physical senses are dampened, thus opening the door to our unconscious mind that perceives these branching paths in the form of dreams. If that's true, then some of these nightmares that we all have, I mean, these are horrific realities played out over there somehow. Quote, dreams may be the window into distinct realities governed by their laws in which the mind, unfettered by the constraints of wakefulness, can explore and interact with these new forms of existence, he told Popular Mechanics. This would mean that, for example, a dream about falling might mean that you actually did fall, although it wasn't you, it was an alternate version of you in a parallel universe. Some choice you made there, but not here, resulted in that falling happening. That said, like many theories about dreams, there's no way to prove that in this case. Given how much we still don't understand about the nature of consciousness, quantum mechanics, and even reality itself, we may never know for sure what the truth actually is. Well, thank you, Popular Mechanics, for telling us we don't know anything.
Excuse me.
Well, I like the idea. Very tough to prove, and we can't even record dreams right now. So I hope, hopefully, that technology would be available sometime before my passing. I kind of would be curious to check out my own dream. Would you record your own dreams, Cratchit, and watch them back? It might be fascinating.
I don't know, I guess. I mean, maybe. Dreams are one of those, they're ethereal things. They're ephemeral. You kind of, when you wake up, it's gone very quickly. So being able to go back and review that might be interesting.
It might be interesting. I don't know if I want to review some
boring.
of them. Yeah, maybe
to your
boring.
point, it feels like work. I could be sitting there just processing purchase orders again, which is what I did most of today.
Well, all right.
I need an invoice for this one. I can't pay it out yet.
Let's do it.
That's the worst. That's the worst parallel dimension. The purchase order invoice dimension.
All right. Before we play your Cratchit music, let's break open this non-Cratchit story.
Because just from today. Yesterday, sorry.
From yesterday. Here we go. A federal judge finds Trump violated free speech by ordering NPR defunded.
Man, I got mixed emotions about
this. And I deliberately pulled this story from NPR.
Oh, my God.
Who is, very happily running taking their victory lap here. That apparently you can't defund us. You legally have to keep paying for us somehow.
Okay. A federal judge has knocked down the core of President Trump's executive order barring federal funding for NPR and PBS, saying it violated the broadcaster's First Amendment rights on its face because it doesn't have money. They can get money other places, can't they?
Nope, only from the government, Mike. It's only you have to give them your tax dollars.
Oh, a district court judge has found that Trump White House executive order to defund NPR and PBS violated the First Amendment and therefore unlawful and unenforceable. It wasn't immediately clear what the decision, which could be appealed by the administration, would mean for the future federal funding of public broadcasting. Well, I guess, but they're saying like Trump can't do this, but Congress has to do this.
Doesn't matter. If it were Congress, it would be different from the standpoint of if you read the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law. It doesn't say anything about the president under executive order must continue paying for.
So wait.
By the way,
now that this funding is in place, they would say if you remove our funding, Congress is preventing our free speech. So therefore, we need funding in perpetuity forever?
We need more money from Congress because apparently we need to be a government-funded mouthpiece? It's very strange. I mean, this is one of those stupid rulings. Judges like this, activist judges, should just be taken out and thrown in the street. I'm not threatening violence. I'm just saying they should be fired and thrown in the gutter and let them go come up with cardboard signs and beg for money. The frustrating part about this is NPR. Now, when we had different numbers on how much money NPR and PBS were losing, and No Agenda's covered it quite a bit. Is it, hundreds of millions of dollars, a significant portion of their budget? Is it, 5% of their budget? It really isn't clear. However, as you notice, this is being published on NPR, who still has the First Amendment right to publish whatever they want. They clearly have not been shut down. They did not close down and, go away. So I don't see the even logical reasoning behind saying that you have to maintain government funding, public funding, taxpayer funding for this terrible, terrible organization who is anything but a news organization. They're
It's a little bit fishy what you're talking about here.
It is fishy.
It is fishy. Yeah. And maybe they shouldn't be reporting on something that directly involves them.
Yeah, they also use awesome terms like a federal judge has knocked down. Hey, how about you use journalist words?
Yeah.
By the way, Mike, I have submitted, under this same ruling, I have submitted OBDM. We are a public service, and we need hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funding.
We could make a really good podcast if we had that kind of funding.
No, it'll be exactly the same. Some of that money just gets lost.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go over to you, Cratchit. Come on, let's do it.
Going to start with this one because this is the date. Oops. Over to Carrot Shop. It's April 1. You know what that means?
It is. It is April 1. It is.
Your taxes are due in 2 weeks. That's what it means.
April Fool's Day, people. Wow, April Fool's Day.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Yeah, this is one of my least favorite days. Even though I participated in April Fool's, I posted up a little, fool joke.
Which was weird and took me some time to even figure out. I'm like, is this real?
I said, me and Sam were arguing. We had a disagreement over the direction of the wheel of doom, and it was bad, but it was a joke. Sam and I said like Sam was yelling. I've never seen him so angry.
I love fasting,
and it was a joke. I posted up a little picture. It was not real.
Yep,
it was innocent. But today, April Fool's Day. On April 1st is a day where many of us unleash our most creative sides, all in a hilarious, sometimes over-the-top way, admit to bamboozling those around us. Yeah, I bamboozled them, Cratchit. I bamboozled everyone.
Yep.
I bamboozled you.
I would say you feel free to skip down below where they have some survey results that we could maybe chop through to get some stuff here.
So the history of April Fool's Day. Today, pranking on April Fool's Day has transcended the confinements of the first day of April to become a year-round internet phenomenon. Thousands of videos on the most popular internet sites emerge every day, pushing the pranking limits to sometimes dangerous territories. We do not condone this, and below we illustrate how to allow this holiday to remain true to what it was meant to be, a safe and, hilarious day. Okay. There's no consensus on how it began, but a popular theory is that, nowadays, January 1st is when we start the new year. It wasn't the case before 1592. We used a calendar called the Julian calendar, created by Julius Caesar in 45 BC, which saw every new year begin on April 1st. Crazy. I know, yeah.
Is it, though? Because a lot of cultures still do that.
Is April 1st a new year for some cultures?
A lot of cultures, spring. The start of spring is the beginning of the year.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, there we go. And we have the history of it. Let's get down to some of these polls. Let's see. Do you plan to play a prank on anybody on April Fool's Day? And 64% of the people who responded say yes, they plan on doing a prank.
I'm upset by this.
Top 3 pranks Americans plan on April Fool's Day. Number 1, a mind game prank, gradually moving someone's desk until it's far from its original spot. That's 17%. I kind of like that. It's kind of devious.
It's a subtle prank if you do it right.
Number 2, scare tactics, like a rubber stake in a chair, maybe even a whoopee cushion. Very frightening. Very scary.
Like the rubber snake thing, because that's something you expect.
Yeah. And then a lying prank, saying you're pregnant, 17%. So I did that.
I tried that one today, too. It didn't work.
I did the lying prank when I said everyone, I was like, oh, doom scrolling. We didn't see me arguing. Okay.
Oh, I used the I'm pregnant.
No, you used, and did people buy it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did not work. Would not try again.
Top 5 people Americans plan to prank on April Fool's Day. Number 1, significant other, and then number 2 is friend, both at 20%. And then they like to prank their kids, coworkers, and specifically their mom, 9%, but not their dad.
Yep, dad's okay.
Yeah, dad's
not
fine. Mom. Top 3 most popular reactions to pranking, 45% smile and say, that was a good one. I do.
You got me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people are kind of, I'm annoyed by it. You just go on Twitter and I just assume every single post I see is a prank at that point. So 31% say they prank them back. Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then 10% get really upset. They get mad over these pranks. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I pranked them back by waiting for them in the parking lot.
Yeah, my ex-roommate did not like getting pranked, Scott. He hated it. He got really mad. So one time he was out on tour, and so when he came home, we rearranged his bedroom so everything was opposite. So his bed was on the opposite side. His chair was in the desk. It was on the opposite side. And I knew Scott, when he came home from tour late at night, he would just want to go right to sleep. Well, this such night, he walked right into his bed, expecting to just fall right down onto his bed, but he like just plopped down, didn't even turn the lights on, fell right onto his desk and chair, and I just heard him yell, and he was so angry. This is like 4 o'clock in the morning. They were driving all
That's
night.
A good prank.
It was a good prank, but he did not like it. He was threatening to hurt me, and he wanted to know who else was involved, and he found like, oh, they're involved. I'm gonna slash their tires. You know, he was taking it to the next level. He didn't like being pranked. But
yeah, use my method. He's gonna wait for him in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Metaphorically.
Yeah. So there you go. There's the big ones there. Let's see, April Fool's activities plan ahead. Practice your straight face. Give them a not so sweet surprise. Okay. I hope everyone had a safe April Fool's Day.
This is
There's
real.
Still time.
It's
If you haven't
real.
pranked
I'm
somebody-
mad.
If you prank somebody, there's still a couple hours to go.
Yeah, you can. If you think about it, you can get it done, people.
Stop it with the ignorance.
So I'm going to stay with April Fools. I have a whole bunch of stories of like what the top things that people did during April Fools and whatnot. But here's one that people thought was real for a bit, which is the sign of a good prank, because of who announced it.
Okay. I guess it depends on who announces it. Gives it more weight. And it says, Happy April Fool's Day. Pearl Jam just announced Lemon Yellow Sun. I'm not sure what that means.
That's some good news on that front.
Yeah, skip the part here about update because they clearly realized this was an April Fool's joke, but start with the after.
Start with the after.
So second line.
The second line, okay. After announcing the reissue of the official bootleg live in Budokan, the Japanese edition of Earthling, and after dropping several Pearl Jam videos on YouTube with Japanese subtitles, the band just surprised fans with something totally unexpected. With Eddie Vedder heading out on his first ever solo tour of Japan, the band is rolling out a special release, 10 of the most iconic Pearl Jam songs completely re-recorded in Japanese. Yeah, so you read that right. On this new collection, Eddie Vedder sings every lyric in Japanese, while the rest of the band trades their usual gear for traditional Japanese instruments. Yeah, Jeff Ament on the koto, Stone Gossard on the shamashini, and then you have Mike McCready on the shako hachi hachu. Holding
exactly right.
Holding
Perfect Japanese.
Holding it all together by the powerful Japanese Takawap Lop loop station drum machine, created an atmospheric soundscape inspired by the vibe of Lost in Translation. It looks like they got a cool cassette here, everything. How do I get this, Cratchit? How do we listen to this?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wait, this is a joke?
This is bullshit.
But they did a good job during the announcement because, as they noted, Eddie Vedder's going on tour in Japan. They've done themed albums like this and the versions of albums like this in the past. So if you didn't pick up on this being April Fool's Day, this was actually a pretty solid prank.
We got you.
Oh, no.
It never happened. We made this one up.
All right. Well, I think people really wanted to hear.
So they even did a full track list. They gave the credits. They gave catalog numbers and publishing information.
Not this time.
They really put a lot of effort into this, didn't they? But Eddie Vedder there was just laughing to himself, typing away, making Photoshops. Him and Jeff Ahmed yucking it up together. All right. Well, this is okay.
Yep.
I like a little Pearl Jam joke every now and again. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else you got over there, Cratchit.
And we cover a lot of food news. We cover a lot of strange food news. I couldn't pass this one up. Here's a listicle, sort of, but of April Fool's related food items.
Oh, food. April food items. There we go. April Fool's Day brings mischief to some menus.
Oh, really?
I don't like to be pranked when I'm eating. I want to know what I'm getting. Iguana burritos, pepperoni in an ice cream cone topping. Oh, yes. These are, if these sound too preposterous to be true, consider the Critter Burger introduced by Culver's in 2021. It started as an April Fool's joke posted on social media, but turned into a huge marketing win for the chain. Culver's culinary director took up the dare and developed a giant cheese curd burger as an LTO a few months later. It sold out at some locations in a couple of hours. Let's see, Fajita Flats is hoping for
Tijuana, it's a town.
Oh,
okay.
That's how you say it?
Wrong.
You've never seen Tijuana written out?
I don't know. It just didn't strike me as that was the word, but okay.
Incorrect.
Tijuana Flats. Say it right? Tijuana Flats
is a restaurant. Yeah.
Is hoping for the same attention with the iguana burrito, stating Wednesday the Tex-Mex fast casual offering is the chicken of the trees. In the new limited time offer, the burrito features citrus garlic marinade protein, slow cooked and finished with a smoky chili glaze, wrapped with cilantro, lime, rice, charred pepper, and onion, and fresh pico and drizzled Jason's mom sauce, one of the hot sauce available in the on the menu. So there you go. That's a lot right there. Holy crap. Oh, phew.
The marinade comes through. The little piece of pineapple on top is key.
Yep, absolutely.
The tortilla is great. The al pastor is tender. It's got a ton of flavor. There's a good amount of char on this.
Okay.
He's all in for that iguana burrito.
Yeah.
You're killing it with this.
A few months ago, we had that deep freeze down in Florida, and those iguanas were falling out of trees, and they're putting them on pizza. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not without precedent. Let's see here. What's the price on that one? Seeing it.
No,
So
it's $12.79 if you want the iguana burrito.
and then BJ's Restaurant, on the other hand, assures its customers that its sweet heat pepperoni Pizuki is no joke. The mashup of casual dining chain signature dessert is available for one day on April Fools, inspired by BJ's Deep Dish Pizza. The Paizuki is an oversized soft-baked cookie, and it's topped with vanilla ice cream, crispy cup pepperoni, drizzled, plus a drizzle of Mike's Hot Honey.
I hear this dude's rocking it.
So and they say they're actually going to do this one today. So I guess you can drive over to a BJ's and try this. But it's a cookie with ice cream and pepperoni on it. Why?
Okay. We're doing it. Okay. All right. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see what else you got over there, Cratch.
All right. The joys of April Fools.
I don't think anybody is going to ever have any of these items we talk about. These are all just fantasy items. None of us indulge. We're trying to, but we just can't get our hands on this stuff.
Tremendous chest pains.
We talked about indulging. I have to go to this story if you want indulging. People love Pop-Tarts, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what people love more than Pop-Tarts? They love the Pop-Tarts filling. This is something that has never occurred to me that a Pop-Tart needs.
Oh, boy.
But apparently, it's a thing.
Okay.
And apparently this is legit. This is real. This is not an April Fool's.
This is real. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Review. The new Pop-Tarts Super Stuffed proves that you can, in fact, have too much of a good thing.
And I've got 3 stacks on this right here.
That's a lot of news on that.
Hold on to your butts, everyone, because Pop-Tart is releasing the one item it said fans have requested the most. Pastries containing 50% more filling. Holy crap.
It's all officially happening.
If you want this, just eat 2 Pop-Tarts.
Yes. You can just cram them together. That's what you used to do as a kid. It's like
Actually,
you just force them together.
They come in a wrapper with 2, right?
I think, yeah, just 2. 2 per wrap.
Just eat them both. There you go. You got double the fill. This is gross.
Yep. There are 3 new types of Pop-Tarts now bulging with the stuff in the middle. Good timing, too, considering we just ranked 13 flavors of Pop-Tarts earlier this year. Oh, we didn't read that article, Crashard.
No, I blew right past that one.
It's all happening.
Which Pop-Tart's best? Tell me.
So the double stuffed Pop-Tarts, they come in 3 flavors. We got molten lava cake, cinnamon caramel, and strawberry blast. The brand sent me all 3 versions to preview before they debut in April. Why aren't we on this list to get free? Like, we cover this stuff. We love talking about this stuff, and no one sends us like, hey, here's a promo copy. You know, just give it a taste and talk about how great it is.
It's all happening.
It's our new spicy pickle flavored one. Eat it.
Yes. Here's a puffy pickle jacket. Wear it on your show. Wear it.
This thing's leaking in the studio. Pickle juice everywhere.
I haven't had a Pop-Tart in years, so I thought it'd be...
crap.
Yeah. It doesn't.
The person who wrote this is like stuffing Pop-Tarts down his or her or your gullet constantly.
He's fat fingering the keyboard. I can feel it when I read
He has trouble with the keys. His fingers are so chubby.
Yeah. I haven't had a Pop-Tart in years, and I thought it'd be interesting to visit a bulked-up version of my childhood treat that I remember. I do recall thinking that the filling always seemed a little skimpy. And by the time I scarfed down the Pop-Tart, I always felt like I wanted more of it.
No, that's just processed food and sugar, dude. That's
with that memory, with that in my mind, I wanted to see in person what 50% extra filling would look like, and more importantly, if that extra spread was better off being a mere fantasy.
By the way, skip the next 2 paragraphs where this dude is still just waxing rhapsodic about nonsense.
After splitting one in half, so this is what it looks like. It's split in half. So I don't know. Okay, it does look like it's got more filling.
Look at that guy.
It does look like it. After splitting one in half, I have to say it certainly lived up to their promise, because man, these things are packed. They are so filled, in fact, that the thin pastry shell is it took a fair beating during transit. Okay.
What's this guy doing to his mail?
He's really beating up his Pop-Tarts. Some of the Pop-Tarts I opened were already broken, though I'm guessing the ones being
Take 'em
shipped
back.
to a retail store will likely be handled a little bit more gently. One thing to note is because these Pop-Tarts are big, they are individually wrapped with one pastry assigned to each serving. Well, this is bullshit because...
Wait, yeah, now instead of getting 2 Pop-Tarts, you're only getting 1.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Because people like the 2 Pop-Tarts. Because you feel like you got one in reserve.
I got one in backup.
Like,
oh, my Pop-Tart's gone. Another one.
Exactly. Yeah, but you like to have that one in reserve. You put that maybe in your pocket. Maybe you carry it around for a few minutes before you take it down.
Have you noticed that Pop-Tarts are the exact size of your shirt pocket? That's why you have that there.
There is a sense of security in having 2 Pop-Tarts per package. And for them to deviously pull the rug out from people because this is probably a money thing on their part. It's like, yeah, sure, we'll give you 50% more filling, but we're going to give you half the amount of Pop-Tarts. And if you think about it, if you have 2 Pop-Tarts, that's basically 2 fillings. They're only giving you 50% more. They're not giving you 100% more that you would give from the extra one. They're actually saving money on this. And they're giving you the shaft.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, because you're going to enjoy this Pop-Tart, and you're going to say, that was good, I'll have the second one now. And then you go into that package, and it's not there.
Yeah. You got bamboozled.
Hornswoggled.
You got hornswoggled. My favorite of 3, straight from the package, was a strawberry blast, as it was the only one with any acid to punch through all the sugar. My second favorite was a cinnamon caramel with the molten lava cake coming in dead last. My normally precious chocolate flavor felt muddied and muted by the starch from the pastry. Well, this guy's not pulling any punches here. He's letting Pop-Tarts know exactly what he thinks.
Yeah, but I'm willing to bet he ate the whole box.
Yeah, he didn't stop eating.
These are disgusting. I can hardly eat them.
I see here. So I guarantee there's Goldilocks somewhere, a spot somewhere. I still think regular Pop-Tarts are too skinny. So maybe if they had a 25% more filling, that'd be perfect.
Oh, good. Let's complicate it.
It's just massive.
And with 25%, what are they going to do? Cut a second one in half, and then you get 1.5 in a package?
Yeah. They're not going to lose money on you.
How long until, I don't know, who makes Pop-Tarts? Nestle, I'm sure?
Good question.
But whoever makes Pop-Tarts, how long until they start selling jars of the flavored filling?
Oh, so you spread it on your own stuff, like your bread?
That's right. Like, hey, get rid of the what is it, cake? I don't know what you'd call the breadish stuff.
Pastry?
Get rid of that and just eat the goo inside, you fatty.
I love it.
Just, all right, with a spoon, like Nutella. Just.
So where do we get this at?
It said Walmart for something.
Walmart? Okay. So now I got to buy 2 boxes?
It says, April will be your chance to snag these new Pop-Tarts. Don't forget the cinnamon caramel ones, which are an awful lot like cinnamon caramel only available at Walmart. Other ones apparently available generically everywhere, I guess.
I like to eat. Man, that does not taste too good.
No, I think I just got super diabetes from that.
All right, Gretchen. Let's see what else you got over there. I didn't think I'd be as passionate about Pop-Tarts as I was, but...
You're still angry they took one out of the package.
Yeah, that was very deceitful.
We got him.
This was a lie.
Do you think that was some sort of plan? They're like, dude, take one out of every package.
Yeah, this is
dude,
all.
Ship only 5.
This is the
People
accountant.
will still buy them.
This is the accountant coming down to the pastry line saying, "We can't afford this. You just beefed them up. We got to take one out."
No, I think it's a trial thing. Dude, take one out. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Keep the box the same. The little plastic, space blanket condom the same. And only have one in there.
Who makes Pop-Tarts?
Steve? I don't know.
Who makes Pop-Tarts? I'm asking ChatGPT right now.
Kellogg, apparently.
Kellogg. Those bastards. Those bastards.
Oh, right.
Wait, Wasn't Kellogg founded by the guy to keep people from whacking it? Wasn't that where Kellogg started his cereal company?
I don't know. I know the
yes.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now they're saying one less Pop-Tart for you masturbators out there.
Yeah. That's why they prevent you from pleasuring yourself.
All right. You know what? Let's stay with food for a minute.
Yeah.
Very famous clip of a gentleman in the early 90s being ejected from a Chinese restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Now part of history.
It's part of history. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see here. Bring this guy up on screen. Take a look at this guy. Succulent Chinese meal speech added to Australia's National Film and Sound Archive.
That's some good news on that front.
That's awesome. Fine. Like, this guy was probably one of the original, what would you say, memes?
Yeah, I think so. Internet memes really before it was a meme in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think so.
A succulent Chinese meal.
That's the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
A succulent Chinese meal.
Oh, no, I wanted, I think it's Clown Baby cut these for me years ago. Let's read here. So Jack Carlson, his rallying cry of Democracy Manifest added to national collection of sound recordings that hold historical, cultural, and aesthetic significance. That is absolutely true. What about this part? Where
Are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
is that part going into the National Archives too?
Apparently
Or
the whole thing.
Or everything?
Yes. I see that you know your judo well.
Yeah, you know your judo well, and this one too.
Get your hand off my penis!
That was forever in there too, and of course this one.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Yes. 35 years ago, when Jack Carlson was hauled into a police car outside a Chinese restaurant, a very succulent Chinese restaurant, he could not have known his bombastic speech would be watched by millions around the world, become a meme, and now be preserved in Australia's National Film and Sound Archive. Carlson's declaration, gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. What is the charge? Eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal, is one of 9 pieces of audio that have been added to the archive. I guess probably not all of them, not the limp penis one.
Are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's the entire interaction because it was like a film for a news report.
They do have it up here. Let's see here. So in this article, did they go and find this guy? Is he still around? Did they do like
No, he died a couple years ago. He came out and identified. That was one of the series of speculations is who is this guy? And there's a bunch of people who kind of looked like him, but he finally came out, a number of years ago and identified himself. I think he died recently. Yeah, it was Hulk Hogan in disguise.
Yes, it was. I don't think there's too much more to this story. That was
it's just basically them saying that there's as a part of Australian history because of the popularity and the notoriety of it. It's now being saved in their film and sound archive.
That's good. Finally, the Australians are doing something positive for the world. Yeah. All right.
I'm madly in love with you.
All right, let's do one more quick one. Here we go.
All right, quick one.
Phased plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Well, I'm glad you just played that clip because that's who this next article is about. So get all your Schwarzenegger clips ready.
Whoa.
Sorry, Dr. Schwarzenegger.
What? Arnold Schwarzenegger returns to Belfast to get honorary doctorate from Ulster University.
I'm back.
He's now a legitimate medical doctor, apparently.
Holy crap. Arnold Schwarzenegger has been honored by Ulster University for his remarkable career and his extraordinary accomplishments in public service, environmental advocacy, and the arts.
I would like to fuck your mother behind.
The former governor of California was
Who wrote this speech?
awarded an honorary doctorate on Monday at the University Belfast campus, born in Austria. before moving to the United States. Dr. Schwarzenegger. They call him Dr. Schwarzenegger.
Doctor.
Here.
Hey. Why not?
He shot into international fame as the 7-time Mr. Olympian champion before becoming...
That's Dr. Olympian, sir.
Before becoming one of Hollywood's most legendary actors.
I do not want to touch his ass.
He later served as the 38th governor of California and earned widespread acclaim for championing environmental causes, civic leadership, and philanthropic endeavors and public service.
You want to fuck me?
Hey, Dr. Schwarzenegger, can you tone it down a bit?
The honorary degree also recognizes Schwarzenegger's influence on global arts and culture through a film career that helped define the modern action genre and influenced generations of moviegoers worldwide.
But I hope you leave enough room for my stomach, because I'm going to ram it into your spine!
Dr. Schwarzenegger's visit to Ulster University carries special personal significance and marks 60 years since his first trip to Northern Ireland. As a young bodybuilder, he traveled to Belfast in 1966, where he was unexpectedly invited to speak before the audience following the competition, reports Belfast Live.
But I hope you leave enough room for my cock, because I'm going to ram it into your pussy!
Professor Paul Bartholomew, Vice Chancellor of Ulster University, stated a few individuals have shaped global culture across sport, film, and public life in a way that Dr. Arnold Schwarzenegger has.
I'm going to take a shit.
That's how I closed out his speech.
He forged a reputation in professional bodybuilding and film industry, leveraging that prominence for genuine benefit, championing environmental causes, serving citizens of California, and supporting charitable health initiatives, and close to his heart. Okay.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
There's the one. That's it.
That's the original one.
Yeah.
Who told you you can eat my cocaine?
That's a Running Man, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's yelling at the camera.
My mission is to fuck you.
The director's cut of Terminator.
This is a big article about Schwarzenegger.
Hey, when Dr. Schwarzenegger shows up at your campus, you keep writing.
There is no bathroom!
All right, we're getting out of here, people. We
We'll have to remember that next time he comes up. It's Dr. Schwarzenegger.
Let me kiss your mother. Nice night for fucking bitch.
Look, I don't know you, and I don't answer to you.
What are you doing?
What is this fucking bullshit? What are you guys hauling today? Not a beautiful day.
You son of a bitch. Dylan! Dylan!
Quiet.
Dylan!
Quiet.
My cat.
As a fucking asshole. Dylan!
Quiet. Quiet.
Nabada.
Good, now we're having fun. Quiet.
Dylan! Get to the chopper!
What is this fucking bullshit? What's up? Howdy, fellas.
Who are you? Stop being such a fucking asshole.
Quiet. Quiet. Quiet.
I'm back.
Like 2 pages of that stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Run them all at once. Just smash them.
Okay.
Quiet.
Now we are going to do some asshole.
What's up? Howdy, fellas. Are you guys home? What I just said?
Why is there dogs and cats in there?
I don't know.
Why are there dogs and cats on your Dr. Schwarzenegger page?
I don't know. Why is this on there? I don't know why that's on there either. I got a lot of stuff on here.
Now we're going to do something extremely fun.
Okay.
Pussy.
All right, people. We'll be back on Saturday, I guess.
Saturday Fun Day.
Saturday Fun Day. You can go to obdmpod.com. I didn't announce the book winner of the second UFO book today, but I'll do it on Saturday. I have all the names. I have all the people. The decision has been made.
Council of Knowing stuff involved in this one again?
They're absolutely critically involved. The winner has been picked.
I noticed last time Hulk was unusually quiet during that.
Who was?
Hulk.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't. He didn't decide to chime in on that. He basically let Goldblum handle that one.
And I enjoyed the Goldblum out.
Yeah, he's got to let people know when he's done. Professional. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Graduate Shablagoo.
Keep watching the skis because there's a spaceship going up there. It's going to hit the firmament any minute now.
You kids are soft. What's up, asshole? Because I'm going to ram it into your stomach.
I was just in the shower.
I'm gonna let you what they got of it.
That's about all.
Shablagoo.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
He doesn't drink blood, he drinks semen.
Granddad Taylor, I don't know where your people come from. I don't know if you test your products, your quantity of your product. Your product's very delicious. Love your sausage for 30-something years, but I can't pack and feed a family of 5 on a little 12-ounce roll of sausage. I don't mind paying more money for your 16-ounce roll of sausage, but you don't have any anymore. You got a 12-ounce roll, and you got 3 men that weigh over 200 pounds apiece, a woman that's a little plump Scotch girl, and a daughter who's 13. And you're gonna try to take a 12-ounce roll of sausage and a couple of dozen eggs and feed that? It ain't gonna work. And I'm not gonna purchase your product anymore or ever again. And as far as your 16-ounce maple and sage, I don't eat that. I'm not from the north. I'm a Texas man. Jimmy Dean sausage is for southern people to eat with the breakfast, with the fried eggs and the T-bone steaks. And I can't see doing to a little 12-ounce package to feed 4, 5, 6 people. And I'm not gonna buy 2 of those 12-ounce packages. It's because you want an ounce 5 and charge the same goddamn price. I'd sure like a reply, and I'd sure like you to go back to your 16-ounce package on your regular sausage, cause I'm not gonna buy it otherwise ever again. I'll just have my own damn sausage made like I used to 30-something years ago. It's not as tasty as yours is, but it'll work. Goodbye. A 12-ounce goddamn roll of sausage. Supposed to feed your brother and me and you. 600 pounds of men, at least. Get my point. And the 2 girls, and they put in that fucking poofy roll of sausage. A son of a bitch. Somebody needs their ass kicked. Some old consumer geek thought this shit up. Save money. Yeah, save money. Save money. Fuck. I'm gonna eat, goddammit.